the vote with no rock. A free concert tonight and tomorrow. Voter registration and other activities. Everyone is welcome and is free at the Elks Lounge, 24th and Lake. Performing tonight, poet Paula Bell, saxophonist Chad Stoner, Latin Spanish group Hola Como Va rock band, the Day Traders, and an R&B band, R Style, performing tonight. Free food, free music, free voter registration. 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Wednesday, October the 23rd, and Thursday, October the 24th. Rock the Vote with No Rock is a proud supporter of KOWN 95.7, The Boss. 95.7, The Boss.
See my daughter, she's telling me
feel like I gotta die to get someone to care for me. I don't wonder why ain't nobody there for me. Never really ain't nobody so surprised that me. I heard you only live one life and I've been moving there for me. So I don't mean the places people wouldn't dare to be. I can see some things that I ain't really care to see. I'm a troubled human being, you probably need some therapy. Got nobody in the peace until they see you crazy. I don't want you to wait until I buy the tears me. Cause baby, I'm a king, can't let you embarrass me. When you're nothing me, then nobody embarrass me. Say, oh, you're losing me, so you're confusing me. Usually I'm retarded, it's like they always choosing me. So I think I'm party, so I'm never losing me. I would get a little bit harder before it's nothing new to me. They thought I was retarded, cause I'm a nigga stupid. When in my head, I thought no one would know who the snoopers be. A bunch of people thinking they be acting cool to me. Stick smiling in my face and probably plan on shooting me. That dude probably knew we used to go to school with me. But no one else is saying they really cool with me. I can leave the house unless I got the tool me. You're cold being here before I let you fool me. Cause you wasting your time if you play off seducing me. You can take that booty me, the girl that ain't using me. Baby, I don't really know if you really do for me. Cause you gotta hit the door if you got plans to ruin me. And when you see my love, I don't think it's stepping me. You feel like I gotta die to get someone to care for me. I also wonder why ain't nobody there for me. Never really ain't nobody so surprised rather me. I heard you live one life and I've been moving carefully. So I don't mean the places people wouldn't dare to be. I don't see some things that I ain't really care to see. I'm a trouble human being, you probably need some therapy. If you accept me, then accept how I'm living. If you respect me, then respect my decisions. I've been done here for the past for you. This ain't what you want to man. I'm telling me I need to move different. I've been tripping. I don't know why me and my daughter so distant. I don't know why they want to run my image. I know they don't want me to believe my mission. Only God is my witness. Same people I call family and baby me. Say they love me and we know they don't hate me. So when I'm out there finally able to manage me, I bet I won't forget the things you did to damage me. Saying sorry is the way that you can damage me. But you can keep taking apologies and hate me. So we will surely be coming in with our plan to be. I got a plan for me, but I don't think you understand. See my God, I don't think it's still me. I feel like I gotta die to get someone to care for me. I don't wonder why ain't nobody there for me. There really ain't nobody so supportive rather me. I heard you only get one life and I've been moving carefully. So I don't mean the places people wouldn't dare to be. I don't see some things that I ain't really care to see. I'm a trouble human being, you probably need some therapy. We don't come from trouble, not here to bring pain. We only want more freedom. We're tired of these games. My people in struggle. We have too much to gain. Only if we realize we are all the same. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm not from the trouble. I'm just here to explain that my people is tired of brainwashing mind games. From the start, I was told that we was at a disadvantage. Whether you believe in his story, that was my understanding. We listen 95.7 The Boss. Great rising. What's up, Brother King? Got a jam-packed show this morning. Of course, all the music that we play here is local. We're going to continue. 95.7 The Boss. Boss with me.
Here we go. We got a half hour. Well, we got 8:30 start. Okay. Just reading. I don't know much about the judges.
Yeah, it is. Y'all got information.
We got 3 generals visiting me today.
Oh yeah, I see it at 11. I'm trying to make it up there. 11:30, 11 o'clock.
You're doing a panel with them.
Come on after this song.
From the bottom. Hold up! I go. No, there's a back door.
Oh heck yeah, with that down. I call it the North Door. It's the North Star, baby.
Yeah, we got 11:30.
Yeah, for the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there about 11. Something like that. Matt had reached out to me.
We got a Johnny Rogers ad. I told him to read.
Yes, I already got it.
We got it going. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Good. Yeah. I told them to do it. They didn't tell me they got it done already. It's good. I like it. Hey, you got the B-2 bomber thing.
Yeah. It'll be appropriate for today.
Well, I did the same thing. The Rick Newton flew the B-2 squad commander. The other 2 guys are F-15 pilots. Just like so,
I'm playing next before we come on. All right. 95.7 The Boss. Oh man, it's a beautiful, cool day. Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, enjoy this Friday, y'all. It's gonna be some planning going on. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of generals in the city. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of generals. I'm gonna keep y'all in the 411. Boss with us.
Hey, it's Larry Britt. Here to tell you about my friend Don Baker. I was born and raised in
I love Larry. It's good man.
I went to Tech High School. I've lived in Omaha all my life. Over the last 8 years, I've seen firsthand the improvement Don has delivered for North Omaha. Don has secured over $11 million to restore North 24th Street and brought home a $25 million grant to renovate 30th Street. This money is building affordable housing, bringing in businesses, and making our streets safer and clean right here in North Omaha. Take a look around. I know you see it too. Don Bacon is bringing home the bacon. So please join me and vote for a good man who keeps his word and delivers for North Omaha. Vote Don Bacon.
I'm Don Bacon. I approve this message. Before Don Bacon for members.
Now that seems funny, and we are live in living color. Oh yeah, you know how these stars are. They got the L, noun, verb, adjectives, prepositional phrases. Oh yes, some predicates to introduce themselves. I want this gentleman to introduce himself because, like I said, it's a lot of generals in the building, in the city. I don't know if it's ego, id, or super ego when you get a lot of generals around. I don't know. Maybe you can explain.
Well, William, it's great to be back on with you. It's I always enjoy interviewing with you. I'm bringing in 3 of my old bosses.
Okay.
They're not that old. I mean, but they're previous bosses of mine. A 4-star general named William Hobbins, who I worked for 3 times.
Okay.
He ran all the air forces in Europe, and I served as his aide multiple times.
Okay.
They were bringing in a 4-star general, Frank Gorentz. He also led all the air forces in Europe, but I was his deputy when he was the 3rd Air Force commander
Wow.
And he had 10 bases that base commanders had reported to him,
Mm-hmm.
and I was his deputy. And they were bringing in a lieutenant general, a 3-star, Richard Newton. He was a B-2 pilot, so a stealth bomber pilot. He commanded the B-52 base, and so he retired as a 3-star. But I'm bringing him in. We're going to talk about national security today.
Okay.
The world's on fire.
Yeah,
Russia invading Ukraine. You got Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah attacking Israel, China eyeballing Taiwan, and we need people in Congress that this is what they've done. And,
Right.
and I spent my whole adult life working these issues.
Mm-hmm. Now, you kicked on a major issue. We have all our young men sign up for the selective service, to defend America. Is it our goal to use compromise and as we move forward? Because it seems like in the Middle East, I don't know. It's kind of for the average person, it's kind of scary a little bit, especially when you got your sons over here.
If you can work with someone that's reasonable and wants to find areas of consensus and agreement, we should always negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, in the Middle East, the primary antagonists are Hamas and Hezbollah. Their whole goal is to destroy Israel. So does Iran. Iran says they want to destroy Israel. So it's hard to know how. I think what they only understand is strength.
Mm-hmm.
And we've lost deterrence against Iran. Iran does not fear President Biden. And because of that, they've been very aggressive. And I think it started with Afghanistan. When the president did that withdrawal out of Afghanistan, it was such a calamity. I think the world saw it and thought that they could take advantage of us.
Mm-hmm.
So a main goal with Iran is to restore deterrence. And they need to fear us instead of us fearing them. Now Russia, maybe we can negotiate with, but you got to realize they did invade Ukraine. That was there's no way to really defend it.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully they've lost 600,000 troops already. I mean, not all killed, but wounded as well. And maybe at some point, common sense will come back and they'll say, okay, this ain't working for us.
Mm-hmm. Well, as we look at, the Middle East as well as in Europe, but I saw the military exercises in China. Do you think we have all the resources to keep giving to everywhere else in the world and not build our infrastructure here in America?
I don't think we have the ability to counter China, Russia, Iran alone. That's why we need alliances. So NATO's very important. I know some people in life's party are trying to diminish NATO. I think it's a mistake. It's very important to have allies to counter Russia. We need a close alliance with Japan and Australia in the Far East. And Israel has been a great ally for us with intelligence and other things. But right now, we're actually spending a record low on military. If you look at our GDP, we're spending 3.1% of our economy going towards the defense. The norm was between 3.5 and 4%.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have been cutting back on military spending in recent years. I think at a time we probably should not be cutting back. We should be maintaining at 3.5%, my view. But we need a good infrastructure too, though. William, I voted for the infrastructure bill because we need highways, roads, and railroads and ports, and they're getting old.
Yeah, without a doubt. I know we invest in, war. I mean, a lot of that money could be used in Central America, South America, so we can also help to stop the migration, from the southern border by, supporting, I guess, governments that's good to their people, because not all governments are good to their people. I don't know what's the end game, and you're a spiritual man. It's actually been written. I don't know if we can avoid this. It's actually been written. I don't know if we can avoid it, but we do have intelligent minds. You got 4 generals coming, and of course we got to have a defense. We got to have a defense
for deterrence. I would say we don't want to fight, but we got to be strong enough for someone to say, "Well, let's not fight with the United States."
Right.
That would be
without doubt. So I mean, it's a deterrence in everyone that we are call it adversary. We actually need China, they make a lot of goods and services. We do a lot of trade with China. Russia, we also do a lot of trade with Russia. So I mean,
I hate to prop them up. We shouldn't buy any of their oil.
Yeah. I agree, but I like the wind and solar too. So I agree with you on that. But we trade. We still trade with these countries, especially on the domestic side.
Particularly China. You're right. China. We don't have to be at war with China, but they also got to realize they can't control. They can dominate their neighbors. And they'd like to. They'd like to be the superpower of the Far East and dominate Australia and Japan. That's those are democracies,
right?
So I don't know.
It's tough because they can say the same argument about us, about American aggression, aggression. I think we have changed in a sense, but in another sense, I think we need to use our power to do more negotiation. To be the example of tolerance and respect. You know what I mean? Even though we got the power and the might, somebody got to be.
It's better to negotiate than go to war. I totally agree. War's a bad thing. I've lived it.
Oh, you lived it?
Well, I mean, I've been in combat in the Middle East, right? 4 times, and I've lost 5 friends or 5 people I know that either worked for me or they were classmates or whatever it may be.
But how is that? Because everybody. Because we got soldiers on our streets right now. They're dealing with all type of from illness, mental illness, post traumatic, whatever. I get scared with a firecracker, with an M80. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine being in war and they dropping real bombs and shooting real bullets at you. So I can't imagine the psyche of a man or a woman coming back after that.
I've been on the receiving end for 365 days straight, 3 rockets a day, up to 30.
Wow.
30 was on the bad side. 3 was sort of like routine every day in Iraq. There was Shia militants across the river, and Sadr City would fire them into the green zone every day. One thing great about Omaha, we have very aggressive social organizations that are seeking out homeless veterans. If they find a homeless veteran, they get them off the streets. So we probably have one of the lowest veterans homeless rates than anywhere because we have people out every night looking for them, and we have places for them, and we help get them mental health. We help get them, maybe it's an alcohol problem, whatever the problem is. We have people out there trying to meet their needs. And I just, like yesterday, I just went to an apartment building where they're going to open up for homeless veterans. So we got New Horizons, Victory Apartments, all these organizations out there. They're helping out veterans who are homeless, and we shouldn't have a single homeless veteran. If there is one, that's because they haven't found them. So we're looking for them.
Right. Well, if you guys know anyone that's a veteran that needs services, they are here. They are here. I think one of the homes we talk about just right off just north of Cummings Street. So they are here, and then also the judicial system also have a separate court for
veterans court.
Yep.
So and there's a wing in the county jail for just veterans. And I was really impressed. They get them up at normal time, just like military. They got to make their bed. They do the Pledge of Allegiance, and so it's a lot more military. Try to bring it back to the roots.
Okay, discipline. We all need discipline. You're always in a perpetual campaign.
Every 2 years.
You're always in a perpetual campaign.
Yep.
We could talk about the campaign, cool, but I want to talk about what you've been working on as far as in Congress, because you've still been going back and forth in Congress. Everybody think you're just campaigning right now. No, you're still working. So what are you actually working on right now?
Well, the thing I'm excited the most about is I'm the new chairman of the Cyber Operations Subcommittee. And the previous year, I was the chairman of the Quality of Life panel. It was a temporary subcommittee, and we were trying to work on how to improve the quality of life of the military because we had people on SNAP or food stamps, and people relying on food banks. And it doesn't seem, we have the strongest military in the world. Why do we have people that rely on food stamps and food banks to put food on the table? And so I raised this to the chairman. I said, we should tackle this. So he says, okay, my number one priority, and you're going to be in charge.
Right.
So for a year, I researched it, came up with 31 recommendations with my Democrat colleague, and then we had a panel of 11 congressmen and women 6 Republican, 5 Democrats, because we got the slight
Right.
majority.
Right.
But we were very bipartisan. Well, you wouldn't have known who was Republican or Democrat this
Right.
year. And 31 recommendations. We got a targeted pay raise for junior enlisted. We're putting money into barracks and dormitories because they've been run down.
Mhm.
We're trying to get spouses, find ways to get them employed, because the number one unemployed demographic in our country right now is military spouses.
Mhm.
And so if you're underpaid, your spouse can't get a job, it all snowballs, right?
Right. Right.
So the recommendation, so we got that passed out of the committee and out of the House. Now we're negotiating with the Senate on how much that we can get through. Now I'm the chairman of the Cyber Operations Committee. So they got cyber offense, cyber defense, artificial intelligence, electronic warfare. I'm also trying to figure out how the military can do a better job buying commercial technology that's actually better than military technology, at least in the software
Mhm.
parts of it.
Right.
And we don't have a military made for it. We put this like 3 or 4 or 5 year program in to buy stuff.
Mhm.
Well, we need to buy stuff right now that's top of the line, and they need to be paid right now. They don't want to be paid 3 years later. So we got to find a way to reform our acquisitions for commercial technology.
A couple of questions on the first legislation that you did for the military. Could that be applied to all American citizens? And how can we advocate that same legislation be applied to all American citizens? Because we all dealing with the same situation. We all
Let's put it in perspective. A McDonald's worker makes more than a junior enlisted guy.
Wow.
So my point would be, and I think the military hasn't kept up with the private sector.
Wow.
And so if I love McDonald's, so I'm not knocking it, but our fast food workers are making more money than junior enlisted people. And if these junior enlisted say they get married at E2 or E3,
Mhm.
their wife can't get a job, they're underpaid. So we're just trying to make right the junior ranks in the military. There's surely some applications in the private sector. So for example, the daycare centers on military bases are 81% capacity. It should be at 100. They're at 81 because they can't find enough workers. Well, the same problem exists in the private sector as well. So surely some layover of what's going on in the military and with regular citizens. Another one, military guys are having to wait now 2 months for healthcare, for specialized healthcare. That's a problem in the private sector too, because they don't have enough specialists out there. So there is some things that we could connect both communities here.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the military pay, E1, E2, E3, they're not being paid what most people are being paid in the private sector,
right?
For starting jobs.
Well, often has I got goosebumps. Guys in the building. My mom loved her ID card. She loved access.
Going to the commissary, the BX.
Yes, man. And then when we was younger, we used to go out there and hang out there with the military people. How can we get more business between the private sector and the military?
Mm-hmm.
Here, especially here with Office, I know they have spent a lot of money in regards to the private sector. What conduit or what needs to be developed so small businesses in North, South, even Western Park can take advantage of? What's happening.
You raise a good issue and I just had a meeting with a North Omaha businessman earlier this week, and that was one of the topics.
Right.
Offutt has lots of contracts. I think there's 5,000 contractors that are employed because of Offutt. We have 10,000 people at Offutt, military people, and you have about 5,000 that have different contracts. And you got contracts for like mowing the grass out there to whatever, all kinds of maintenance, you name it. And I do think there's an issue because the contracting system in the military is very complicated. And you got to be like it helps when you already know the system, how to work those contracts. A lot of folks, and I've talked to businessmen in North Omaha, they haven't had these contracts at the base, and it's a bit intimidating when you look at all the red tape and the bureaucracy. So I've asked the leadership at the base to periodically do, meetings where you help people and tell them this is how you can submit a contract proposal or put in what you would pay, what you want to be paid to do something so you can compete. So I've asked the base to repeatedly, frequently have these classes or just help people navigate, because a lot of times it's the good old boy network because they already done these contracts and they know the process. We want to open it up. And by opening it up, you get competition, you save money.